like Gary Vaynerchuk is probably the biggest guest that I've had in terms of following and reach. And honestly, I've been following Gary V since I was 13 years old. When I was 13 years old and writing and doing my first blog on time management, Gary V, I wrote an article about Gary V, and Gary V actually commented on it saying like, thank you so much for writing about me. And then what happened was I tweeted that article. And when I tweeted that article, Gary V followed me. I tweeted the article in 2020, December 2020. Okay. He followed me from then. And then I tweeted that he followed me, and it eventually led to people saying that he should come on the podcast, and he did because of that. So crazy story. And like the 13-year-old me was freaking out, and the 25-year-old me was also freaking out. I mean, it was just a really cool experience to meet and interview someone I consider a hero and someone who I've looked up to for a long time. So
I know you went into it on your conversation with Gary, but can you tell the people listening here kind of the whole backstory about you and Gary's relationship? Because it's like so quintessential Gary V. And when you hear him talk about these stories, you're like, yeah, all right, dude, that probably doesn't happen all that much, but you're like a prime example of it.
Yeah. So I kind of cut out the part in 2011, which you're referring to. And that was when, you know, I had a Knicks blog at the time. I was done with the time management blog when I was in 7th grade. But by the time I had gone to 9th grade or 10th grade, I was into the Knicks, and I had a Knicks blog at the time. And something about me, I was just interested in growing the blog, and I was interested in what Gary V was talking about. So I was in 10th grade. I wanted to go to his book signing, and I couldn't go because my mom said it was a school night and I couldn't go to the book signing. So what happens is I tweet to Gary V and say, hey, Gary, you know, I'd like to come to the book signing, but my mom won't let me. It's a school night. And he responds, what's her number? And immediately calls her, leaves her a voicemail, convinces her that I should come. And I ended up going to the book signing. We took a nice picture together that will be framed in infamy. I mean, I put that as my profile picture on Facebook and wrote, you know, the present and future of American business back in 2011 it was. So, you know, it's something, it's near and dear to my heart, that story. And it's a way to tell that Gary V is legit, because what happened in college was Gary V started to blow up in terms of the average person knowing who he was. And my college friends would be like, check out this Gary V guy. And I would proceed to tell them that story. They were like, dude, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. And I was like, yeah, it honestly is, but it just shows that he's a real dude. It shows he's real. It shows he really cares. And I try to bring that same love for other people who are going through my stuff as Gary did to me, by going out of my way, calling them, making sure that we're connected in a real way. And it's an advantage for every business in America, for any business in the world, to connect with people and truly on a deep level and over deliver every single day.